Bronya, I thought I'd lost you. Where were you? Are you hurt? I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really. I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I couldn't handle.
The underworld? In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
I'm listening. Go on.
Madam Cacolia, it is my firm belief that the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before. I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you? Well, the responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day. Such is the burden of being Guardian, to carry these secrets for eternity. So, I ask you to forgive my defiance, but I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years, and those outsiders may be the...
Enough!
What?
Arrogant. Ignorant. Oh, you disappoint me, Bronya. You merely glimpsed the tip of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders? Guards! Take Bronya.
They are not scum. My entire life, everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
I see. I knew this moment would come sooner or later. I just didn't expect it would be so soon. You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right?
Yes. I am ready.
Then come with me, Bronya. It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
We're finally back. I forgot what fresh air tasted like. Oh wait, I haven't finished yet. Alright, let's go. Where's our next stop? We should find somewhere to put our feet up. As long as it's not Goethe Hotel again.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
The bro or the sis? If you're talking asking about Gepard. We should be careful. He's a top Silvermane guard. He'd probably get a medal for every one of us he brought in. Dan Heng, what do you think?
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Landau.
So, you think we should avoid Gepard for the time being, right?
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides, if he hasn't been persuaded by Branya's letter, we'd be walking right into the lion's den.
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
But we must keep a low profile.
What's wrong, Zila?
Nothing. It's just a little... new. The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory of any of this. The overworld and the underworld. We've been cut off for so long. I'm okay. Let's go. There are so many Silvermane guards on patrol. Is it usually like this?
No. I don't remember the security being this tight last time. It might have something to do with us. The Supreme Guardian has probably learned of our arrival already. Branya.
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Branya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely? Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. Kokolia and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refuse to stand with her. I don't believe you guys would do anything bad. And the Architects are gonna need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the Architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know Kokolia's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details. You could say that. We were like sisters once, inseparable. Of course, that was all before she became the Supreme Guardian. These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Branya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller! Let me!
Try not to embellish the facts.
So that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Branya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Zila here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Branya got you to find me. When I was still one of the Architects working in the Scientific Research Division, I was researching the Stellaron. I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the Architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything.
Venga, nueva partida que comenzamos y vamos al lío. Y entre los dos cortes de las cinemáticas anteriores, hasta ahí llegó el ánimo. De las cinemáticas anteriores entré sin querer. Entonces alcancé a grabar, me perdí solo el primer diálogo y pausé porque, hombre, no tenía el nivel. Nivel 30, 30, chaval. personaje. O sea, lo que yo quería era subir de nivel, subir de nivel. Creo que me pedían nivel 25. Yo dije, mira, al 30 le tiramos. Nivel 40, que ya me pide, pim pam. Los conos de luz, todos los que uso están a 4 estrellas. Bien, es algo. Tengo personajes de 5 estrellas, por cierto. Primero y único. Y lo peor es que me salió 2 veces. Entonces, contento porque me salió un personaje de 5 estrellas. Y repito, tío. Pero bueno, ahí está. Y, que por cierto, o sea, repito, de personajes de 5 estrellas. Pero sigo usando esta chica, ¿sabes? Esta chica de azul. Este chico, que por cierto, sí quita un montón. Y ya está. Pero me faltan 2. El dorado, que solo es uno, que es el señor este. Y el morado, que es como una bolita. O sea, está el morado trueno, que es este. Y el morado, que es como un círculo, que se llama energía o algo así. Pues que no lo tengo. No lo tengo. Me faltan 2. Y no tengo nada. Así que hay un complique con eso. Porque ya cuando estoy muy estirado de puntos... Mira, este poder. Ya estoy muy estirado y pues me cuesta. Me cuesta. Acá donde solo tarjetas. Vale, aquí puede salir. Va, tengo 0. Y aquí tengo 1. Y ya está, pues no me ha salido más. He hecho varias, pero no me ha salido más. Recompensa adicional, progreso 91 de 300. O sea, después de 300 me aseguro poderme escoger uno, vale. Que por lo menos en ese tiempo me salga uno, ¿sabes? O un par, por lo menos. Bueno, ya me salió uno, el azul. Pero, no siendo más, ya está aquí el resumen, nivel 30, pim pam, todos contentos. Seguimos con la película, la serie del año. La verdad estoy contento con la historia. Estoy ahí como pim pam, pim pam. Entonces me gusta subir de nivel para volver a la historia. ¿Sabes? Quiero continuar la película, no me siento perdido, jugando como a lo blanco. Ahí, a lo que caiga. Nada, soy agustísimo. No, bueno, la gasté. Soy agustísimo, la verdad. No te digo que no. No te digo que no. Estaba mirando un vídeo de cuando empecé a jugar y... no, ya controlo. Bueno, o sea, por lo menos ya sé qué significan las cosas básicas. Ahí va otra psicopartida.
Only a very few people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze. But according to the data recorded in that robot, Svarog, the architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled. Or maybe I should be thanking Cocolia. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure.
¿Cuántos sabes de Stellar?
I figured out that the Stellaron and the Fragmentum were linked, so I was already close to the truth. It's a shame that the architects ejected me before I could discover that the source of the Fragmentum was the Stellaron itself. Before I lost my position, I was applying for permission to survey the Stellaron directly. It was my research topic, but I'd never even set eyes on it. My research was all based on historical data and lab simulations. Not long after I submitted my preliminary report and application, I received my punishment. It was obvious that somebody didn't want my research to continue.
¿Sabes cuál es el objetivo de
Cocolia? It's been so many years since we last spoke. We were great friends once. There was nothing we wouldn't share. She became a completely different person when she took on the Supreme Guardianship. The convictions she once held, her enthusiasm, it was like they were drawn out of her by some mysterious force. She gave the order to expel me herself and refused to see me. I never understood that behavior, and I gave up trying to use logic to work it out a long time ago.
Claro, ya sabemos que está como medio poseída, ¿no? O sea,
Sometimes I even wonder whether she really
para los nombres
did
aquí,
become a different person.
complicado.
Is that possible? Perhaps there's a single guardian consciousness that gets handed down from generation to generation. And the real Cocolia has already vanished. Is she being compelled by previous generations of guardians to make such baffling decisions? Who knows? But this might make for good songwriting material. Japard? Not a chance. He's a decent guy, but also famously uncompromising. For my brother, orders are more important than anything. Even if you stuck Bronya's letter to his forehead, he wouldn't be swayed. You need to choose your words carefully if you want to persuade him of something. It might be best if I talk to him. Yes. I never observed it directly, but I used lab simulations and outbound surveys to establish a rough location. According to the survey results, the Stellaron is likely to the north of Belobog, somewhere in the vast snow plains.
We must locate it as soon as possible. Ideally before Cocolia takes action. Can you tell us the way?
Not a problem. I was thinking the same thing. But I'm afraid telling you might not be enough. The area to the north of Belobog has been more or less swallowed up by the Fragmentum. If you want to get to the northern snow plains, you'll need to get past the Silvermane Guard restricted zone on the front lines first. Even if you get past the restricted zone in one piece, you'll have a whole heap of Fragmentum to deal with. Yes, that's where the main force of the Silvermane Guards is stationed. They've consolidated their position there in order to resist the encroaching Fragmentum.
It sounds like the three of us and Zila might not be enough. Why don't we go back underground and get Wildfire to come with us?
I fear we may not have the time.
Hey, enough pessimism. Back in my official capacity days, I spent a lot of time in the north. I got to know the soldiers and officers on the front line very well. This calls for brainwaves, not brawn waves. How about I take you over myself?
Really? Great! Phew. It's less scary if someone you know is leading the way.
I want to see the Stellaron too, you know. It was my research topic for over a decade. You don't get that many decades in life. That's settled then. There's no time to lose. We should head out as soon as you're ready.
Pues nada, día de cinemáticas. A ver, yo creo que contando esto con las otras dos partes, momento, esto fue un episodio, básicamente.
Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today. Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him.
Pero bueno.
Japard! It's
Alice
you!
hermano.
I didn't think you'd have the time to visit
no, son
with
hermanos,
things
la
so
guitarrista
tense
y
on
el
the front
guardia
line.
Ah, bueno.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
Ah! Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something happen?
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agree. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something happened?
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will. Last night, Lady Bronya suddenly appeared. She entered Klapoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district. She issued a curfew for the entire city and ordered us to pursue and capture any suspicious individuals.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she all right?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klapoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think...
Wait!
What is it? You seem pretty off today, Serval.
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Am not? How did...
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got business to take care of. Bye for now.
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. Kokolia's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian. But this isn't a
Cuando se dé
joking
cuenta.
matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
I will, if I have the time.
Pobre,
The
este
coast
también
is
es bueno.
clear. You can come out now.
Se le nota que sí es bueno. Pero sí, no está muy enterado del tema. Muy enterado, ¿qué te digo?
Phew, I nearly suffocated. What kind of plot device was that?
I almost lost my cool when he went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger. We have to go save her.
Attempting to storm Klapoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission. Rest assured, Kokolia may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Bronya. I'm certain of that.
You sound like Bronya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against Kokolia, and yet in some ways, you seem to trust her completely.
I was gauging his reactions just now. Did you see? Unless we have irrefutable evidence, he won't question Kokolia's orders. If you go after him now, our plan's as good as over.
O sea que por un rato no la vemos, ¿eh?
Come
Es
on,
que para qué
let's
se
go
va
to the
sola, güey.
restricted
Hemos hecho ahí
zone.
todos juntos, pim, pam,
If we can
¿sabes?
get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, Kokolia will be out of options.
Tranquilos de la vida. Estados Unidos, el poder de la amistad y todo eso, ¿sabes? Típico de serie, ¿no? Pues nada, ya que hasta aquí llegamos, yo creo que lo voy a dar por acá, momento de serie, ¿sabes? Momento palomitas.
Is Bronya really safe?
Básicamente todo fue momento
care
palomitas
about
y
her,
seguimos hacia allá,
You
lo
must have been-
cual me lleva hacia acá, ¿no? Hacia el norte. Si de aquí llegué y esta parte ya las andamos, seguimos hacia acá, creo, por acá. Espérate, ¿qué
Come
estás
close
diciendo?
friends.
Close is a bit much, but I made her a promise.
Relax. She's the strongest girl I've ever seen.
I can believe that.
Listo, así que, sí, no siendo más, ¿tú crees? ¡Tengo una solicitud! Uy, no sé yo. Venga, no siendo más. Venga, no siendo más, nos vemos en el próximo capítulo con nuevo mundo, nueva zona. Que ya la veremos hacia allá. Este fue modo... espérate, que es que para cuando me ve cerca. Hoy fue episodio de palomitas, es que hay mucha cosa. Y ya está, nos vemos en la próxima con más. Y chao, chao.